All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. I'm not sure if I can do this in one video or if I'm gonna have to make two, but I really want to look at the weed sector, especially today, all right? Tilray, CGC, ACB, SNDL, and High Tide are really the ones I want to focus on, those five specifically, okay? Look, I know it's really easy to see CGC 81% day, all right? I know it's really easy to see ACB, I think a near 50% day. Tilray, I genuinely believe is the reason a lot of these are starting to move the way they are, all right? Honestly, I'm starting with CGC because, yeah, even I can't pretend I'm not looking at this 81%, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I am also only human. That said, I've said it a bunch of times, Tilray, I know nothing about the fundamentals of Tilray itself. I simply know and I don't know, I believe, right? It's my opinion. But I think Tilray is the king of the charts, the queen of the charts in this section. And once it did the move that it did, it was easy for the rest to do it, all right? So that really is going to be the underlying thing today, all right? All that said and more, before I go any further, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do helps me out so much. And for real, just being here and giving me your time is super appreciated, all right? So normally I only talk about my Discord, but I have actually just recently joined the MEM team, the Make Easy Money. I can't believe they even asked me to join, which is kind of crazy, but I do have my own page here. The real cool thing is actually the fact, damn, you would think I would practice this, right? They have, there it is, a bunch of analysts here. So it's not just me, but there's actually, you can see another 6 people here on top of my thoughts, right? So I'm a firm believer that you should be listening to a bunch of other opinions. Don't let one video, one person put too much weight on what you do, because again, no one cares about your money more than you, right? So just FYI, I'll put the link in the comments. But let's get into it. Let's get into CGC. And man, look, I say it on all the videos. The moving averages, I love these because it helps really guide our expectations on the way up, all right? And one big expectation is simply break the 8 and go to the 20. Break the 20, go to the 50. Break the 50, go to the 100. Break the 100, go to the 200. We definitely do that right here. Break the 8, 20, and the 50. Make our way to the 100. We definitely then, in 2 days, go from the 100 to the 200, right? Like it and look, I'm gonna give my little page some love right here, because CGC, I was talking about it in the 80s, all right? CGC, people were talking about it at the break of this 50. There were so many ways you could have used the lines to enter, right? Once the 50 broke, the move would have been this. Once the 100 did its job, the move would have been to this. What now matters, and what now the real next question is going to be, is can we break the 200 moving average, all right? And I'm zooming out this far for a reason, because look, since basically right here, since April 2021, we've been under the line, all right? We've been pretty much well under the line, okay? There was a moment right here. Let me see this actual day. Did we break it? We didn't. You can see on this day, it closes at 429, the number in green on top. The 200 is at 439, right? So this was below. Even this one was 3 cents below. Again, 432 is the close, 435 was the line. We have not been over this 200 moving average since here, except for today. All right, like that's huge. All right, 2 year plus, almost 2.5 years under the line, and today we break it. That's a monster accomplishment. It took an RSI of 90 to do it. all right? You remember on this day, I was starting to get worried. You can see in the box over there, the RSI is at an 82. You have to believe that this 92 RSI makes me believe there's going to be a little bit of a cool down. Truth be told, I think it did an important thing because right now, it should be actually really hard for this to go under 159. 159 is the 200 moving average. Maybe it comes down to like a $1.36, maybe. But same thing I said here, the fact that it got over the 100 gave it an ability to cool off at the 100 before going up, excuse me. By breaking the 200, I'm hoping it has the ability to just pretty much sit somewhere around here, cool off this ridiculous 90 number, and then, you know, rip and run again, right? Just zooming out to see a couple things right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, first few things. What are you? Dude, look at that. The RSI on this day was also a 92. I say also, this one was a 92. What were you this day? 90. What were you that day? 89. We've been at these really high RSI numbers before, okay? We hit it and drop, hit it and drop, hit it and drop, hit it and drop, okay? It's gonna need to drop. I think as I'm saying the words a little bit more, I think coming down to 130 isn't bad. It also looks like it's the top of this candle. 134 could be a place that this comes down to. And again, I think that'll be a very healthy number for it to come down to, all right? Let me peek at Tilray real quick. I already know the answer, but let me just show it. We try to break the 200 and can't. We try, we can't. We try and we do, all right? I wouldn't mind something. Obviously, everyone wants the go. Obviously, red, green. Like, these are the things I say often, right? But I think I have to give a little bit of respect to this 200 line on top of the fact that there's a 90 plus RSI screaming at our face, right? Look, that's a beautiful MACD. That is beautiful volume. There's a lot to like on this chart. All I'm saying is I think we need a little bit of a healthy cool down. All right, I think there's reason to believe that this thing's going to keep going. Man, the weekly just, it's still very early in the week. And look, today, Monday alone, we're already over the 50 line. We still got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's volume to destroy this 50 week average line, right? Like, we were expecting that. We're already more than double it, almost triple it on a single day, right? Like, those are really big and strong things, right? Like, if we can get over this little plateau of up, down, man, there's another just red that wants to, like, believe me, I see reasons to consider 12. I think it's foolish to have $12 dreams on a less than $2 stock. I think it's a little aggressive to have $4 dreams, but you're at least giving yourself a little bit of a realistic thing. You're at least on the high side. I think for now, the immediate target is, damn, it's almost still double, 290. I think you're going to get really greedy if you're expecting more than 290, but damn, 290 is a really good little healthy place to go from where we're at now, okay? So CGC, there's a lot to like, and overall, there's a lot to like on this sector right now, all right? Let's go to ACB. Damn, what, dude, I thought this was a 50% day. This was not a 50% day. Damn, this was a 70% day. Look at it, right? I like drawing my lines. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm pretty good at it, and I love the fact that, like, man, we were a penny off of it today, right? So as important as these lines are, once we break the lines, there's only so much we can use, and for me, it's my horizontals, right? But look, ACB has had so much pain. So much pain, all right? One thing I've said, and you can go back, the people that have watched my weed videos know this, I've said once ACB turns around, the weed sector is a completely different sector. ACB has seemingly turned around. I thought it was going to happen right here. I thought it was going to happen right here. I thought it was going to happen right here. I thought it was going to happen right here. Oh man, it looks like it's happened right here. All right, I can see this coming all the way down to 74. I actually can, because again, kind of the same things I said about CGC. If you skipped it, I'll say it really quickly. But this 200 MA is no joke. This 200 MA, we have been well under that line for nearly 2.5 years. All right, we kind of do a little something right there. Today, we finally get over it on what's, you know, arguably considered a ridiculous candle. There was a little bit of real news. I know someone shared some real news that there was like a repurchase or something. Repurchase is a beautiful word. All right, buyback is a beautiful word, right? Like there is some news to be had on top of the sector strength that gives you a nice 70% day. I still need to be a little skeptical, and I still gotta like believe that we're gonna at least come back down a little bit to the 200. Maybe we won't lose it completely. I think it's a little ridiculous to say 65. I think it's gonna be really, really hard to come down to 65. Clearly, if we lose the 200, it might be a quick fall down to that, right? But for now, 75 should be the number. 73, excuse me, seems like a good, like the lowest it should go, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But ACB looks like it might be changing, and really that's the biggest thing I want to stress about it. I've said it so many times. Once ACB changes, this sector will. I don't know why I zoomed out right there, but yeah, today was, oh my goodness. I'm zooming out here. Today actually wasn't the biggest volume day ever. It looks like, well, I take that back. This is the weekly view. Can I see this on the daily? Yeah, it wasn't. This was clearly the biggest day. Was today the second? Today was the second biggest day in trading history. That's really important. That is really important for sure, actually. I went silent because I wasn't sure if we were going to keep ripping. That's actually what I kind of just took a second back to. Let me do one last thing. Sorry to zoom in and out so much. Jesus. What about this line right here? That's pretty much where we're at. So look, as I click right here, you can see this is the average high RSI number. There are some peaks that go a little higher. I kind of went for this one, is actually the one I was going for, all right? There's a few days where it actually hits this line. It hits it there, looked like it hit it there. There are also a few that are over it. Dude, ACB, what are you doing after hours? I'm curious. Post-market, you've gone down a bit. I think, again, you know I don't care too much about after hours. I think that's enough of a drop to say we're probably going to at least wick the 200 again. Maybe 77, but oh my gosh, there's a lot to like. I really don't think we're gonna fall back this low. Hopefully we never go below the 200. Hopefully if we go below the 200, the 8 moving average, which you can see is quickly rising up, will catch it. Hopefully we can destroy the 200 and keep ripping. ACB, a lot of pain here, and I'm glad that there's reason to believe in some sort of recovery. All right, that's an easy thing to say. Where's the weekly at? Big weekly, because right now, what is it saying? Break the 50, go to the 100. All right, don't have $2 dreams on a sub $1 stock. There's a little bit of noise to be had on the way. There's at least this line right here. I think I can draw something right there. 132. What does 132 look like on the daily? Yeah, for sure. Looks like I have really no lines here. I'm sure when I drew this 176, it was very much, we'll improve that as we get there. I'm gonna draw just kind of arbitrarily right there. Looks like 124 is the line. And I say arbitrarily loosely, right? I obviously picked this one big candle right there. But yeah, I think 124 is a good line right there. Cool. Let me know your thoughts or opinions. If this thing continues up, it's 124. I think coming down to, like I said, 77-ish is a fair what I think. All right. Let's come to TLRY. Listen, I know it's really easy to focus on the 80% day of CGC. I know it's really easy to focus on the 70% day of ACB. This 9% day on TLRY is incredibly important, all right? And it's all this 200. We tried to break it, but couldn't. We tried to break it almost looked like we couldn't. No, no, no. Good things happen over the 8 and the 20, and we're ripping on up, all right? It is now really, really, really hard to believe that we're going to do anything aside from break all 5 and fly. You can see, I mean, we've just been struggling and struggling and struggling and struggling and struggling and fake out, struggling and struggling and struggling and struggling, struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle and break. Like this seems like it right here, all right? It really, really does. I also genuinely believe it should be really hard to go below $3. All right, I'm actually not even too sure we're going to go anywhere below 315 at this point. All right, where are you after hours? You still going up? You're holding. You're not dropping like the other ones. Because again, that's a very humble 10% day. Again, I genuinely believe 10% is a real big day. All right, believe me when I say that. Okay, Tilly is it. The king of the charts. I say that for a reason. It's a little easier to see on the weekly. This is the only one that's done some silly things. All right. It knows how to do silly things. It knows how to make some moves. Man, there's reason to believe we're making some moves here on Tilly. Again, as the tide rises, so do the boats is a really important saying to me. All right. What does that mean? Look, if you're a boat stuck at the harbor, if you're a boat stuck in the middle of the ocean, and all of a sudden the tide rises and all of a sudden it gets you unstuck from those rocks, and all of a sudden you can now like steer your way to safety, or in this case, steer your way on up, back to recovery. That's what it means to me. All right. Break all 5 and fly. Looks like that's what this thing is doing. All right. On the weekly, we're not there yet. On the weekly, we have not broken all 5 just yet. That's the goal right now. Doing it on the daily is the start. If you can do it on both the daily and the weekly, you have broken all 5 and will fly for weeks on weeks. Right now, this is a beautiful, healthy gap. There's reason to believe there's room for me to go to the 50 and the 100. Hey, even if we fail the 100, we're about to add another $1 to a $3 stock. Hell yeah. Again, get to this and chill for a bit. If we can go from 4 to 8, come on now. That's another 2x right there. This is good, healthy spacing. This is beautiful. Break all 5 and fly. This single 4 letters is actually why I believe more in the rest of them. Look, I still haven't talked about the bringing down the federalization classification news. I barely mentioned the ACB repurchase. I genuinely believe Tilly is what's happening here. All right. I really, really do. Okay. So let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'm already at 17 minutes. I think I'm going to end it here, and I'll do another wheat sector video shortly, but appreciate your time so much.